Hey Dusty, how's it going, bud? Hope you're doing well. Happy it's Friday. I feel you. Yeah, yeah. My old job, I used to work the night shifts, and it was miserable. Thankfully, I don't. Teachers don't really have night shifts. The only night shifts I have are with the little one, the little baby Hiffy, which he hasn't done one of those in a while. Oh yeah, that's. I'm in the same boat. My son's 16 months, and man, oh man, does he keep when he has bad nights, it's like rough. Especially when he was sick for a week. He was waking up like all night, and I just remember like my students like on like the Friday of that week, I was like, "All right, guys, here's a video. I'm gonna try not to fall asleep in my chair. Don't break anything, guys." What am I using for arena offense and these days? I use pretty much the same thing over and over again. Mm, generally that. I actually haven't seen the big time Spider-Man version of this. Mm, so let's see. I don't like attacking this guy because he has no problem with attacking like 100 times. But let's see here. Mm, ooh. I forget this guy's like level 100, so when he attacks, it hurts. So yeah, this is rough. I might get this, but that's 7-7. Yeah, it's never fun fighting that guy because he has like the super kraken. But That's generally what I use in most fights. Um, mhm. Let's see here. See if my alliance posted anything else they wanted me to go over. I'm thinking about doing like a quick like war. It depends on their comp. You can also instead of Robbie, you can use Void Knight on a lot of those comps, and it makes it easier. Hmm. So I'm gonna start recording this video on some war counters. If you have one that you want to see, I can go over that. But let's try this. Welcome in YouTube. It's Juicy. Here with another video on trying to help my alliance out with some war counters. The goal of this video is to show my alliance, but since so many of them, since I'm making this video, it's gonna be kind of long. I think I was gonna give it a try and give it to, out of my CC, out of my Cosmic Crucible mind and into war. Um, so just a little bit, like we're still top 100 ish as a war team, so we're not super competitive. We're also not super casual. So I'm just gonna kind of go over these. And so one thing I wanted to begin with is just kind of show you some of the power levels of some of the counters I'm gonna use against my alliance mates, mainly because. Especially when we get into these Black Knight counters, which will be the majority of this video from what my alliance is asking. Uh, the size of your Undying is going to matter a ton. So, just to get over some of the main war teams that we'll be using. So, first thing you want to look at, Undying is a really strong option against Black Knight teams, and so our Black Knight Scroll teams in particular. So be mindful of these power levels. There is a part in Black Knight's passive that if he kills one of them on a retaliate, he perma kills. And so, for example, for mine, I can't hit above a 6/6 in war. So if I saw something bigger than that, these tunes are not big enough to handle that. So what would happen is then either we're sacking it or right, because once you sack it, the Black Knight counter in particular, it's a lot safer. It's a lot easier. So keep that in mind. My Gamma team is, let's see here, just to cover all bases, right? My Gamma team is this, right? So Red Hulk I've worked on more since the sagas, not so much the rest of the Gamma team. Gonna speed through these. Again, I may not use all of them. There are my Eternals. So there's Cersei, there's Kang, my Sinister Six, right? So majority of these teams that I'm going to be using are going to be 97 G18. That's just because of the level of war you play at. These counters may or may not work for you, especially when we get to those Black Knight counters. The size does matter. Awesome. Welcome into One Pride. So thank you for the sub. Okay, So let's get into it. All right. Let me see. So, first thing is Hive Mind Scroll. Um, quick one is that the same counter that we use in War works just as fine as and that we use in CC works just as fine in War. The only difference in where is he? So you can do Emma Cable. Should have saved this team. Now for the fifth, you want somebody who doesn't spawn with buffs. Um, to make this one in particular easier, we're gonna go ahead and go with Quicksilver. Quicksilver doesn't spawn with any buffs. So where is he? Should make this relatively simple. Probably wanted to make Weaver a striker, but I should be okay. So Weaver goes first. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and stun the Super Scroll. Nope, didn't get it. So that's gonna suck. But his special is now in War you are gonna take a little bit more damage because their attacks are going to go through the charges. So you will be taking the Venom attack in, but that's fine. All right, so you want to definitely hit the Void Knight. Ult. And if he stays under stealth, then this is a problem. Um, rebounds. Okay, and this is the worst RNG you can get. There's a decent chance that because I have hmm. What's up, Ron? That sucked. Maybe I should show videos because that was like the worst possible RNG. If that flips happens, then it's immediately over. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I should probably take low RNG fights. Because that was a good size video. Yeah. I mean, that. I've done that in War like 7 or 8 times already. It's an easy counter, but somehow the time I try to record it, it goes to hell. Okay, you can try that again. Alright, welcome in YouTube. Going to do some war counter videos. I'm going to primarily be focusing on Black Knight counters. So a little bit about my roster, the things I'm going to be using. Um, so I'm going to be releasing this mainly to help my alliance out. I think I'm going to do this in a couple of parts. Just don't have to do a lot of editing. First thing is just going over some of the team powers that I use. So Undying, the RG18. This is gonna max out at about 5.5 or 6.6 if you're feeling risky in a live war. You don't want to use if they're not G18 4.4. You probably don't want to hit a bigger Black Knight with that. I'm going to be using some Tangle Web. So Tangle Web isn't that big, but there's my Quicksilver. There's my APOC. I'm going to use a counter with Kestrel Eternals. So there's my Eternals. There's my Kestrel. Okay. And so on and so forth. And there's my Sus. I won't be using Sus on offense. We have ours on defense, so I won't be going over that. But, okay, so let's begin. So, we're going to start with the basic level of Black Knight teams. And so, which is out of time rebirth. Now, as if you're somebody who's unlocking this team free to play, this is not the kind of comp you want to have on defense. And I'm going to show you why. You always want to have Black Knight protected with some level of speed. Or else there's this danger that this team is pretty slow. And so you can get ahead of it pretty quickly. So you want Tangle Web guarding it. You want at least Tangle Web. You really want, for us, we're running Super Scroll in the way. But we're just going to show a quick counter of what happens when you run a team that is a little too slow. So, again, my Eternals RG18. This does help a ton. Do not try to do this with a small Eternals, right? These are G18 tunes. 1 diamond on Cersei, 1 diamond on Icarus. The Quicksilver is great. Has extra, and then... So, first of all, your ults. Rewind, everybody. Go ahead and put that there. Sometimes the defense down lands, but sometimes it doesn't. That's fine. Then you're going to go and flip. Okay. I'm going to take that defense down. And I'm going to rip those charges with the special. Then basic again. There goes Black Knight. Go and stun that Peggy. Of course, she blocked it. That's... And that should be it. So again, Peggy getting that ult off is unfortunate. There you go. Now again, that is a cheap counter. I would avoid doing that on something that's too large, right? So, I think this person has a 4/4 Black Knight. You probably want to keep it close to a punch across as possible. Yeah, 4/4. 4/4 G18 level 97. Okay. Now a more uniform or safer attack team to go into that is going to be Tangle Web. There's not a lot of teams that this version or this comp can't beat that does not have sus on it. Once you have sus on this team, it makes this fight much, much more difficult. So 29.9, he has great focus in trying to flip this. So go ahead and ult. See, I already got that off. Then you're going to go ahead and special with your Zugs. watch his retaliation to my Zugs. Keep in mind that if that has been a bigger person, now when you get if that had been a bigger Black Knight and it killed the Zugs, it could be very difficult, and it's a really big deal if he kills him. Now, when you get here, you always want to put this ability block on Captain America. The reason why is because if you go after Black Knight, even though you want to, uh, you tend to have this point where Cap can pre-taunt, and then if the ability block is only on um, Black Knight, then you have a problem. Okay. Yeah. I'm putting everything on Captain America. Then I'm gonna soon use Hela to spread it. Nope, can't. That's unfortunate. It's gonna get a little rough. Uh, then Zim can come out here and strip charges. So I had some bad luck right there, but even then I'm still fine. There you go. So had some unfortunate rights. So again, putting it all on Captain America and spreading it should have what's happened, but I knocked out Cap just a little too low, and this Black Knight had already done his reflexive heal. Now here's another comp just to show you that the team's pretty good against most versions of the Tangle Web Undying versus. Actually, I haven't tried this one, so we're gonna see how it kind of feels. Okay. Go ahead and ult. Then you're gonna ult. Again, I'm gonna put the ability block on the Captain America. I'm gonna be smart this time, and I'm gonna put it all. Put that all of this on this guy over here, Black Knight. Go back to the Captain America, spread from there. And as you can see, playing it correctly, doing the right thing. I'm gonna get to that. And it's chat saying, what about out of time sus Kestrel? We're going to start getting into the sus comps and how they become much more of a pain in the rear. For Runner One Pride, if you're available to switch to out of time sus Kestrel, that'd be really helpful for this video. If not, I can just show an example. I don't think anybody on our alliance is running that on defense. Last time I checked. Okay. The other version that you can use with Undying so Undying is my core. I got Void Knight. And now the best tune to actually go with Void Knight in this case is going to be Emma. This beats a lot of the other comps as well. This even beats like the Dorm version. And the nice thing about this version is, again, it's going to play out similarly. And nice thing about this comp or doing it this way is now you have two ability blocks. You don't have to worry about either one of them pre-taunting. You get the ability block on either one of them. So you can just spread, and it's good game. Emma's just there to apply a slow. And it's pretty much good game. Once Zuggs has all those charges, he's going to start hitting like a freight train. Um, thank you. All right. Mm. Out of time, sus Kestrel. That's a nasty version. Okay. So on these sus comps, so automatically you're gonna bring in APOC no matter what. Um, Comes with the territory. I still like Undying here. Wonder if I should try with Void Knight and then go to the nuclear option. Once I show you the nuclear option, you're gonna be like, that's not worth it. When you get so, just a heads up, the easiest way to beat this team is honestly to come in with the tech stack and then just gamma it. Because then gamma, if you sack this team with the tech stack and you do a little health steal, that when Sus takes that next fight against Gamma, he will hit into that Red Hulk. Red Hulk will immediately ult and nearly kill everybody. So, just I'm gonna try this version because I've actually not seen this on uh, defense yet, but we're gonna try this version. So there will be no Greg to do some rewinds, but hopefully that's not gonna make that big of a deal. Okay. So I just stuck basicing. Going to go ahead and ult. See what gets flipped. Okay. Going to go ahead and yep, there one's in. That's not good. Do I rebalance? Let's go ahead and let's keep Peggy from healing. This ain't gonna work. Now, if it does work, it's because of sheer dumb luck. No, you would just get it down too. And I run into a lot of this when now it's super duper easy cleanup, but in my opinion, what I just use to get it down to just sus, right? So boom, I'm down to sus. Sus is gonna go boom. I'm not gonna be able to clear this sus. If I do, it's pure dumb luck. But it is pretty easy cleanup on that. So I used Undying for chat. I used Undying, Void Knight, and APOC. So, and again, the simplest way to do it, if you get stuck like that, if you're not in a super competitive war alliance like we are, tech sack this sucker and just gamma it. Gamma will blow this thing out of the water after you've sacked it. So we're gonna try the other option that I found some success with, but I just, it's so expensive that I don't want to consider it as a counter. So it's tossing in Nova here. Nova's gonna do a few things for me. We're not super competitive. That's why I said we would probably just, my recommendation to my own alliance is to sack it and then come back in with Gamma. Because now I can flip him. Or not. Those no Greg deaths kind of suck. See, I got a special. I'm just trying to think where I'm at a special. It's special here. Then she cleanses it. See, not having Greg sucks, because with Greg, this is a lot easier, and I'll show you in a minute. So I like this comp. Yeah. This is actually doing worse. Chad threw a curveball at me. Yeah, again, I'm gonna get it. Let's kill Kestrel. Nope, can you kill Kestrel? Sure. Yeah. Run, do that, please. I'm gonna sit here and try to think of that. Golly, that's... So I already know, because of other comps we have, that you're not clearing this with... No. The person used in the next battle pass will be... what's it called? Sunspot Fireboy from Extreme. See, because I always... So that's just a little heads up when I get to these. I'm going to try this. See, the closest I ever get to beating like this team is that. Yeah. They did just do Sunspot. They're doing him again. For whatever reason. I wonder if that has a chance to beat the other one. Jeez, that Kestrel's annoying. Mm, balance. Yeah, this had. So far, the thing that I'm seeing that has gotten the closest to one-shotting this has been the APOC Undying with Void Knight. But, mm, that's just rude. I'm gonna try one thing and then I'm just gonna show Black Knight beating it. Mm, no revives of Camping Dorm. Nova APOC's not working. Undying is probably the best. Let's try it. So it's got a tricky one from Papa Woody, so they're playing Stump Me. Uh, the Greg Defs are going to be way more helpful in this fight than it was in the last one. Oh, this is just good to RNG too. So. Mm, mm, spread. Oh, come on. Nope. Hmm. Yeah. And in case you're wondering, this is like the best RNG that you can get with this fight. Like there was a lot of Greg deaths. Um, yeah. This is why if you're in the highest end, this is what you have to figure out. Yeah, you would switch their placement. So, I mean, I mean, let's just see how the time does. Why not? Now I should have Quicksilver next to Black Knight. Oops. Ooh, I just got resisted. That's not good. Get that off. Rebalance. Even though ults. Nope. Would you just tech sack that one? Yeah, this is more just proof you don't want to spend on. Mm, yeah, this is fun. At least if you're thinking theory crafting. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, probably yes. You would just tech. Yeah, you would trying to see if it worked for this one. But yes, you would murder. You no, it's the Drax Minerva in the corner. Minerva, Vision, two tech scrubs, and Drax. Right, because they strong with enough buffs. Yeah. Hell, you can even ult right here. Right, because the next one that Black Knight instantly is going to kill him or her. Oops. Yeah, those are just free turns. So you took the hard light rewind. You took the Black Cat special. Yeah, then Gamma's just gonna rip it apart. You come in there with Gamma APOC right after. That's the. I mean, this account's really. I mean, this tune's really built for that exhaust mechanic because you can just do that. Um, because like for example, here's what I have on defense. Um, and I could tell you that when our opponents have been getting frustrated and they've just been sack, gamma, sack, gamma. That's how I know gamma beats this. So you tech sack it and then you gamma it, and it kills my version. The only reason why I would want to bring Gam APOC into this version that Run has, um, is because they have an APOC. Yeah. But if you bring it, yeah, if you go with iWatch though, you risk. Papa Woody, I need to move it over. It's some have gotten wins. I don't know why. It's kind of funny, but mm, yeah, me hit. All right, YouTube. I'm gonna end that right here. So I can answer questions. Run. Looking at your defense, I mean, if you left Java's Void Knight, I mean, I like Hive Mind on offense a little bit better because you can, if they leave him on easier teams, like the one Tom has that I'm gonna tell him to go change after this. Um, Void Knight Emma Undying just blows through it. But I mean, like 1000% Gambit just kills that one. The Kestrel version. The only thing that scares me about this version is APOC. I think you would want to do Gamma APOC, not versus Gamma, because you can always just go with that second turn, rewind them all back, and then Red Hulk should go again before they go boom. What's up, Rolf? Thanks, Killshot. You had you had a time with Tangle Web, and that was not very good because Undying Tangle Web just blew through it. Anything that doesn't have sus on it instantly loses to Tangle Web Undying. Or Hive Mind, Void Knight Undying. So I think sus belongs on this team. That's why I don't think Star Branch is gonna sell well. Because Star Brand doesn't do anything to make this team that much better. Huh. Let's see here. You have New Warriors in 1. Um, 2 is great. 3 is great. I hate Kestrel on offense, but that's... I would take your Pegasus back to offense. Um, I would consider taking your Nowhere. Darkhold's fine. It'd be nice if I could put Rhino here, but I can't. Because my Rhino sucks. Yeah, that team sucks to deal with. Where is Rogue? What's up, Jason? How's it going? Yeah. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I'd keep I would keep... You don't have Infestation built, right? Um... No Infestation. Because, like, I... You definitely don't have NA built. Your Nowhere is huge, so your Nowhere can actually beat great teams. Where your Chav is at? With the leftovers. That's a nice, not a bad team. Wait, what? I'm gonna go test something funny. Who has got a baby NA? Definitely not Elmont. Thank you. Someone said that this works. I don't think this works, but yeah. Yeah, what on. Anyway, someone in my chat was saying that we could beat NA with that. They should not be named. But I just wanted to check because that didn't sound right. Yeah. Where should Hive Mind be on? Not on defense. And I'll show you why. Who has a full Hive Mind on defense? Did everyone wise up and take the Hive Minds off defense? Uh, you can use it on offense to beat things, but here's one. I know, but this one's more comical. I think that's fine. I think a 700k Pegasus is gonna do, or NA is gonna pull exactly what we need it to. I mean, everything else looks good. I think you're. I think with having a room 10 on defense. You said you had Kestrel. That was just full Hive Mind. No, that's fine. That was a nice sack. They, I mean, that would have been a perfect, an easy cleanup. Yeah, I mean, does Chavez give them enough speed to that? Like, all that upgrades this is to as a weapon X. Oh wait, there's a sus here. Oops, wrong one. That one just, I just got stupid text. This one you gamma. Yeah. I don't think anybody's running Hive Mind on defense. Okay, that one's weird. That's the Chavez version, right? Oh, this one doesn't have Red Goblin. Why? They're not. They're not. Whatever. That one got flagged for what? What did my? Mm, I mean, do they matter even at 3 million? Like, that didn't look very convincing. Let me see here. I mean, the one I blew up with the Eternals is Elmon's. Elmon's is 2.2. I mean, because this version doesn't let him give a turn. I blame Ceci. We always blame Ceci for those things. There you go. So the only gap is when they get large enough, you just bring Kestrel and it's the same old kaboom. It doesn't. Chavez would make them faster. But I think you're. But Weapon X goes faster than that, right? The Void Knight, anyway. It doesn't. I would switch straight. If they had that, I'd switch straight to Weapon X or Underworld with Chavez if Chavez is there. Yeah. So if they put Chavez there, Weapon X or Underworld it. No way I'm taking that team is just a cheap option for base Hive Mind. Unless, yeah. Mm, Chavez with New Warriors, yeah. I actually like that. Death Bull or Dagger? For this, if I put Chavez here. So do I want Cloak and Chavez, or do I want Gwen and and Firestar? To like that. I like it. Mm, and then I can just toss Death Bull here for giggles. All right. I also need to make sure I get. Hmm. Oh, something. I think my Streamlabs just crashed. Welcome in YouTube. Our welcome in Alliance. I'm going to go over some attacks. Um, just going to rapid fire some of these teams, just to kind of go over them. So the first one we're going to do, that's kind of new on the scene, is going to be your good old Hive Mind. So Hive Mind has three main counters. The first counter is Eternals, Emma, Loki. And depending on the size, if you want to be safe, bring your biggest damage. In this case, I'm going to bring Kestrel. Kestrel adds a lot of extra damage, just making sure for the video sake. But you can bring less. But, so here you're going to go ahead and start on the Void Knight. Get him low, and then the Icarus should double tap off the Void Knight, and it's over. Okay. Another option is just Weapon X. So with Weapon X, you're going to go ahead and ability block the Void Knight right out the gate. Then you're immediately going to turn your attention over here to the Red Goblin. Rewind them again. And stun. And ult. Get those evades to keep them alive longer. But there's a good chance, unless you're punching up a ton, my Weapon X isn't fully built. This should go out pretty fast. Okay. The Weapon X version does work it with Chavez in there, so keep that in mind. No one in my alliance right now has that set, so we're not going to set that one. Show that one. The nuclear option for this particular team is going to be Underworld. When this team gets huge, right, this is what we're going to use. This is vastly overkill. The only reason why I'm using this is if, let's say I run into like a 3 million size team, then that's when I'm going to use this particular comp. No way would I use this on this power scaling. But you just get so many more turns than they do. That you're just going to lap them. Again, the only reason I would take this fight is if I find myself punching into like a 3 million team. I have no options. I'm just going to take so many turns. And this one messes up. Fantastic. Of course it's going to mess up during the video. In general, this would have been over. Let's try that. Let's run that back. I think I did one misplay. Again, my Underworld is not fully built, so, but I will show that back again. Played correctly. Mm-hmm. There we go. So don't summon with the Kingpin, and then you're good to go. That was a mistake on my end. I gave him way too much turn meter, so again, just a tip. If you're trying that fight, don't summon with Kingpin. Went a lot smoother. Moving on. So the next team that we're going to go against is going to be Extreme. See if I can find a bigger Extreme. No. the first thing you can try to do is Weapon X. This one's huge, so this one probably is I'm going to try this team. It may be too big of a punch up, but same thing is going to go. If there was a rogue here, it doesn't change too much of the fight. The first thing you do is you're going to ability block the Nightcrawler. Be careful of using this counter, particularly in security, the defense down. Right here, you're going to disrupt the rogue if there is a rogue. In this case, there's not, so I'm going to go ahead and put that. I'm going to go and ult into Gambit. Okay. Go ahead and rewind. And then you're going to stun the Gambit. This one's getting dicey because this is a pretty big punch up. Oops, I forgot to not draw. So I got the bad RNG, so I do lose this one. It is what it is. Okay, might be too big of a punch up. So let's go find. He has a more standard, more of a punch across. So maybe this is just more of a punch across. I've gotten away with punch ups. Again, ability block the Nightcrawler. Go ahead right here. You're going to disrupt the rogue, so you don't have to deal with her nonsense of taunting. Going over here, just going to go ahead and put some bleeds. Going to go over here, and I'm going to special to rewind them. Did that misplay right there. Okay, then stun the Gambit. Okay, and go over here to the Forge. Going ahead and ult. He's going to take a bajillion turns because usually he dies. It feels like every time I try something while I'm recording, it like doesn't work. But I do this like in war all the time. So what the heck? I mean, I know my Weapon X isn't that big, but it should work. Need to disrupt the rogue. This is why I don't do war videos. Or nope. I mean, Underworld beats it. Jeez. Mm, yeah, definitely Rogue goes with Extreme. That was ugly. Hmm. Did I just misplay it? Hey, doggo. Hmm. What happened to? Hey. That wasn't safe at all. And I'm not investing more to my Weapon X. get some rest. Oh, I think more about these. Is anybody else still streaming? Yeah, P-Force around the world. Because there's not really anything else my alliance needs help with. Also, partly is because my stream's acting up. I mean, this is great. I think I'm just looking at our defenses and saying, why are people having nowhere on defense? I think that's just one thing. I think we need nowhere to counter more things. No, this is great. Not. I'm not sure Dorm is worth it in there anymore. Probably stick him back with. Let's see here. Oh, why is he in the center anyway? Isn't that crazy to put Dorm here, right? In room 10. And we put Dorm there or putting Dorm over Thing in 6. That's true. It's kind of just wasted. Who won't I miss? Let's put OG Strange in here. That's a good point. So keep Doom on offense. As long as Sus is here, this team is just a pain in the neck counters. Trying to think who's a good person just to put here. That I won't like miss drastically on offense. I don't really need Kestrel. Yeah, I do behind back line. Duelam had it. Because it makes that version suck. Because you have to choose between Doom popping off and letting somebody, when you get to the ability, blocks out. Because, right, you get here. Now, of course, I get perfect RNG, so this is going to be super easy. But usually, you have to basic right there. Because, yeah, this is perfect RNG. That's like literally the most perfect RNG you can get. Oops, wrong button. That's supposed to hit good old. It won't matter. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna probably record another. Let's do it. Mm, Alright, I'm gonna start getting ready for. I'm gonna see if I can record this in one shot with offline because I'm getting like horrible RNG. No, because you'd have to run two. The thing about those the Black Knight defenses is that when you see them, if they become too big of a pain in the butt, you literally just sack them and then gamma APOC them or gamma them. Because they're just too much of a head scratcher in a live war for runs. Congratulations, Jason Games. Because, yeah. Sacked in Gamma, sacked in Nowhere. Probably sacked in Gamma. That Rock's gonna kill everybody but that APOC. Yeah, you want to Gamma APOC this one. That's true. Then what on earth are you beating one-shotting that with, Ceci? Because that one just hurts my head. Mm-hmm. I mean, putting your APOC on defense is painful. Mm. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, the more I tested it, the more I like more of this version. Just us and Black Knight. Because if they're gonna burn it, they're gonna burn it. 1 and 4 are just the generic teams. Yeah. I mean, because this feels like, again, for me, this is a healthy balance. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I've just been theory crafting with Quicksilver for cheap wins. Because we're still at the level where people are just unlocking Black Knight. And he just helps me get a cheap win. You wouldn't, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Because this version is not doing a whole lot. I guess I should have went for Peggy right there, but it won't matter. Oh, it did matter. Yeah. So definitely go for Peggy. Anyway. Tangle out of time. No, Undying Tangle Web destroys it. I showcased that in my video. The real way you use out of time is you put them with sus and some other. In my opinion, the moment you take sus off this team, Undying to Tangle like beats it. Cause like we had out of time Dorm the first day, and without sus before the war started, and I was testing it, and Undying Tangle Web kept beating it. Undying Void Knight Emma beats it handily. It beat both versions. Once you put sus there, then you can no longer use those type of teams on it. You have to use Undying. Either you're two tapping it or banging your head against the wall. Like what I've been trying to do. This team's hurting my head. I've been at it for an hour and a half trying to figure out a good counter. Consistent counter. There's a lot of I got it 2 out of 4 times counters. 1 out of 4 times. and those counters are so expensive that unless you're playing ultra competitive, so someone like us, we're just gonna sack those type of teams and then hit a gamma. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, plat 4. No, not almost plat 4. We're 86. But I mean, the gap in like y'all's interest in war between us and y'all is insane. You know what I mean? Like the gap between us and y'all, not just in trophies, but just in like the amount of time y'all spend thinking about war is just so much different. And we're still, I mean, we're still a top 100 alliance. Just, it baffles my mind how much more y'all take this mode, the amount of time y'all and the theory crafting y'all take. I mean, I imagine that those that are at the very top competitively care a lot more. Exactly, absolutely nothing. I know what I'm gonna do. Ceci, you know, that's insane. I have trouble getting my alliance to change their defense more than once every week or once every 2 weeks. Yeah, that just hurts my head. Even just the thought of that makes my head hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna do. That's one way to do it, kill shot. Mm-hmm. All right, welcome in YouTube, our alliance. I'm gonna do a rapid fire of just attacks I know will work. In this video, I'm gonna be focused on ones that I know will work very consistently, and then you'll see. And then I'm gonna release 2 other videos where I'm going to start with some good ideas and then also theorycraft. So there's gonna be a lot less. How do you say? You're gonna see me lose a lot more in those videos, but in this particular one, I'm gonna focus on fights I know that I will win. And things I will skip some of the lower metas. Just hit it with something bigger. So we'll start with this one. Yeah, just okay. Gonna go S6 Vulture Mysterio. Again, focus of this one. There are other ways to beat this team that don't require as much, but I'm just focusing on ones that I know will win. So this fight is pretty straightforward. Okay, want to make sure Mysterio is large. Once you survive that opening hit, it is pretty much over though. Okay. Slow the center. Charge up the. The only difference is you want a special here to blind everybody. And Vulture should go pretty quickly to virtually end this fight with offense up. And then boom. And again, that is just so okay. For very small ones, you can very small new Avengers. You can use Infinity Watch. You can use, but I'm not going to hunt for that. I'm just looking for generic counters that we're going to be using against the big time Spider-Man version. We're going to go ahead. I don't have Trash 6 built. Most of my alliance won't have that built, so we're not going to use that. Healthy option for this is the Tangle Web Kang. There is a lizard. What I forgot it. Lizard, like all your leftover Sinister Six members can clear this as well. Because I don't have it, I'm assuming that most of my alliance doesn't have it either. Oh gosh. Well, my phone just died. That's definitely code for I need to go to sleep. I'm gonna send y'all to cleaning agent.